Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to today's video, and today we are going to be chatting about my most anticipated book releases of the first half of 2023. So I was planning on doing this video more towards the start of the year, but I just got super busy. So a couple of these books have come out already, but I'm still going to talk about them. Basically my most anticipated releases of 2023 and kind of the new releases that I'm hoping to read this year. So I've got a mix from authors I've never read before and authors I love, so yeah, just kind of going off what books I'm most excited for. So I'm gonna pop the pictures up here and I will kind of read the description as it is on Goodreads, but I don't know fully whether things will change. Same with release dates, I don't know whether they're completely set in stone. But anyway, the first one we have is All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. This is the author of A Flicker in the Dark, which I have not read yet, but it's very high on my TBR and I'm planning on reading it in the next couple of months. And that's got really good reviews. I believe it came second in the Goodreads Choice Awards last year for like thrillers and mysteries, so definitely very high kind of ratings. And this one's got pretty high rating to start with. It came out on the 10th of January and it's got a 4.26 at the moment, which is obviously very high. But yeah, really excited about this one. The synopsis says, 1 year ago, Isabel Drake's life changed forever. Her toddler son Mason was taken out of his crib in the middle of the night while she and her husband were asleep in the next room. With little evidence and few leads for the police to chase, the case quickly went cold. However, Isabel cannot rest until Mason is returned to her, literally. Except for the occasional catnap or small blackout where she loses track of time, she hasn't slept in a year. Isabel's entire existence now revolves around finding him, but she knows she can't go on this way forever. In hopes of jarring loose a new witness or a buried clue, she agrees to be interviewed by a true crime podcaster, but his interest in Isabel's past makes her nervous. His incessant questioning paired with her severe insomnia has brought up uncomfortable memories from her own childhood, making Isabel start to doubt her recollection of the night Mason disappeared, as well as second guess who she can trust, including herself, but she's determined to figure out the truth no matter where it leads. So very intriguing, kind of like mystery thriller type of thing, and I think this will be very good, so cannot wait to read that one. I think after I read Flicker in the Dark, obviously depending how I gel with the writing, I think I will enjoy that one. Next up we have How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I read the Final Girl support group earlier this month and absolutely adored it. I gave it 5 stars, so I'm really excited to read both more of his backlog as well as kind of new releases from him. So this one came out on the 17th of January, so already out, but it's got a 4.16 rating, again very high, and sounds really cool. So the synopsis says, every childhood home is haunted and each of us are possessed by our parents. When their parents die at the tail end of the coronavirus pandemic, Louise and Mark Joyner are devastated, but nothing can prepare them for how bad things are about to get. The two siblings are almost totally estranged and couldn't be more different. Now, however, they don't have a choice but to get along. The virus has passed and both of them are facing bank accounts ravaged by the economic meltdown. Their one asset, their childhood home. They need to get it on the market as soon as possible because they need the money. Yet before their parents died, they taped newspapers all over the mirrors and nailed the attic door shut. Sometimes we feel like puppets control our upbringing and our genes. Sometimes we feel like our parents treat us like toys or playthings or even dolls. The past can ground us, teach us and keep us safe. It can also trap us, bind us and suffocate the life out of us. As systemic events stack up in the house, Louise and Mark have to learn that sometimes the only way to break away from the past, sometimes the only way to sell a haunted house is to burn it all down. So it sounds kind of like a ghost haunted story and it sounds super fun. I love the kind of campness of Final Girl support group and this sounds very intriguing to me. Then we've probably got one of the top books on this list, maybe top 3, and that is The Mysterious Case of the ALPERTON Angels by Janice Hallett. This one comes out on the 19th of January, so already out when I'm posting this video, and I read The Appeal by her earlier this year and I really enjoyed it. She does really good mixed media murder mysteries and I love mixed media. The Appeal and her second book, The Twyford Code, are just one form of mixed media. So The Appeal is emails with occasional other bits dipped in, and I believe The Twyford Code is podcast recordings, but this one is entirely mixed media, which I'm super excited for, so I cannot wait. The synopsis of this one says, everyone knows the story of the ALPERTON Angels, the cult-like group who were convinced one of the members' babies were the Antichrist and had the divine mission to kill it, until the baby's mother Holly came to her senses and called the police. The Angels committed suicide rather than go to prison, and Holly and the baby disappeared into the care system. Nearly 2 decades later, a true crime author, Amanda Bailey, is writing a book on the Angels. The ALPERTON baby has turned 18 and can finally be interviewed, if Amanda can find them. It will be the true crime scoop of the year and will save her flagging career. But rival author Oliver Menzies is just as smart and better connected and also on the baby's trail. As Amanda and Oliver are forced to collaborate, they realise what everyone thinks they know about the Angels is wrong, and the truth is something much darker and stranger than they'd ever imagined. The story is far from over and it won't have a happy ending. So extremely excited about this one. I think this is probably going to be my next book purchase probably, even though I'm meant to be on some form of a book buying ban, but that sounds super intriguing to me. Then slightly down a different road, we've got The Final Offer by Lauren Asher, which I will be doing a reading vlog on when it comes out. This is the third book in the Dreamland Billionaire series, a super popular kind of BookTok series, and each of the books is following one of three brothers who basically inherit kind of Disneyland, that type of vibe, and they each have different tasks to complete in order to gain their inheritance. So this one says, Callahan, I'm the Kane brother everyone gossips about behind closed doors. Trust fund brat, washed up athlete, high functioning alcoholic. No one knows the real me but her. Lana Castillo, my childhood best friend and the only woman I've ever loved. When I broke her heart 6 years ago, I promised to never return to Lake Wisteria. I kept my word until my grandfather's will changed everything. To receive my inheritance, I was tasked with spending a summer at the family lake house before selling it. The quest was simple in theory, until my entire plan blew up on the very first day. Turns out Lana doesn't just live at the house, but she claims to own it too. Alana, falling in love with Callahan Kane was a mistake. He told me so before destroying my heart and our friendship 6 summers ago. When he promised never to come back, I foolishly believed him, but then Cal showed up again, intending to sell his grandfather's lake house. The biggest flaw in his plan, my name is on the deed. So this one comes out on the 31st of January, and it's a childhood friends to lovers, second chance romance, lake house vibes. Sounds absolutely right up my street, and I cannot wait to read it. I think I'm going to like this more than the other Dreamland Billionaire series. I believe I gave them a 4.5 and 4.75, so I really think that could be a 5-star. So now we're on to the books that have like not been confirmed for definite publication dates, which means they have a little blurb that's like way shorter that I can read, and it's kind of more of a like tagline type of thing, so I will just be reading those because otherwise it gets super long. So next up we have Happy Place by Emily Henry. This one is coming out on the 25th of April, so I have nothing in February and March, which is very weird, but then a lot of books in April after January. So we've got Happy Place by Emily Henry. This one says, a couple who broke up months ago make a pact to pretend to still be together for their annual week-long vacation with their best friends. So sounds super fun summer romance. I absolutely loved Beach Read from Emily Henry, really liked People We Meet on Vacation, and did not like Book Lovers, so I'm interested to see where this goes. I kind of love a, you know, angsty breakup story, so this sounds super interesting to me. I really hope I do enjoy it because obviously I've had a mixed bag with Emily Henry, so yeah, really excited for this one, and I think it should be very fun. Then we've got another one from an author that I have not read yet, and that is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. I believe he wrote House on the Cerulean Sea, which I have and I'm very excited to read. I've heard good things. And this one says, TJ Klune invites you deep into the heart of a peculiar forest and on an extraordinary journey of a family assembled from spare parts. So I believe this is about robots? I'm not too sure. This is published on the 25th of April too, so very excited for this one. Sounds like it's going to be a little bit of a rogue one, but very excited. I think it sounds interesting. Then we've got Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I loved Every Summer After by her. I found it so fun. It was kind of my first introduction to childhood friends to lovers and became obsessed with that trope. This is going to be published on the 2nd of May, and it says, a random connection sends two strangers on a day-long adventure where they make a promise one keeps and the other breaks, with life-changing effects. So sounds very interesting. I think I'm happy to go into it with like that little synopsis. I don't love having full massive synopsises of books because I find sometimes that spoils it, but this sounds super fun, like a summery romance coming out just in time for like a good summer read kind of timing. And yeah, I think this sounds so cute. The cover is also so stunning. I love it. It looks so pretty. Then we've got Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. This is coming out on the 16th of May. So this one says, what's the harm in a pseudonym? New York Times bestselling sensation Juniper Song is not who she says she is. She didn't write the book she claims she wrote, and she is most certainly not Asian American in this chilling and hilariously cutting novel from R.F. Kuang. So this is her first non-fantasy book. She wrote Babel last year, and I am very excited to read that one as well. I believe this one is kind of about a publisher who takes on the manuscript of an Asian writer and basically publishes it as her own, and kind of the consequences of that, kind of racism in the publishing industry, and I think it sounds very intriguing, so I'd love to give it a go. Then we've got The True Love Experiment from Christina Lauren. This one's coming out on the 16th of May, and I've loved Christina Lauren's past books. I really liked The Honey Don't List, Soulmate Equation, and The Unhoneymooners was really good too. So this is following Fizzy, who we did meet in The Soulmate Equation, and it says, sparks fly when a romance novelist and a documentary filmmaker join forces to craft the perfect Hollywood love story and take both their careers to the next level, but only if they can keep the chemistry between them from taking the whole thing off script. So sounds like such a cute fun romance. Can't really complain. I love Christina Lauren's writing, and I always find their stories, a kind of slightly unique twist on kind of classic tropes, so really excited about that. Then we have another one in the top 3, so excited for this one. This is Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I adore Ali Hazelwood's writing. I gave 5 stars to both Love on the Brain and The Love Hypothesis, and I know this is probably going to be very similar, but I do not care. She puts out the same meal every time and I eat it up. I love it. So this one says, rival physicists collide in a vortex of academic views and fake dating shenanigans in this delightful STEMness rom-com from Ali Hazelwood. So I cannot wait. This comes out on the 13th of June. I will be doing a reading vlog the day it comes out. Of course I will. And I can't wait. I literally just love it. I don't know what she's putting in her books, but it's like crack to me. Like, I love it. And I read them all in one sitting and give them 5 stars. So very excited for this. Some people probably won't like that it's the same trope again. I've heard people say it's very much like fanfic, and I loved fanfic, so that is probably half the reason why I love her books. But super excited for that one. And then we've got The Only One Left by Riley Sager. So I recently, my boyfriend kindly bought me House Across the Lake from Riley Sager, and I'm very excited. I've heard good things, so that's also one I want to read soonish if I can. But this is his new release, which comes out on the 20th of June and is the last one on my list. This says it's a gothic thriller about a young caregiver assigned to work for a woman accused of a Lizzie Borden-like massacre decades earlier. So it's got a little rhyme. It says, at 17, Lenora Hope hung her sister with a rope, stabbed her father with a knife, took her mother's happy life. It wasn't me, Lenora said, but she's the only one not dead. So sounds very intriguing. It's got kind of mixed reviews, but only very like 20 ratings or so, so I don't know if ARCs have actually been sent out yet, but overall this sounds very intriguing. I love a thriller. I'm very much in my thriller mystery era right now. Also, sorry if this chair is squeaking loads. I keep leaning backwards and then forgetting that the chair squeaks because I'm filming from a slightly different angle, but I'm very much in my thriller mystery girl era and loving it, so really excited to kind of read loads more from that genre this year. And I think Riley Sager is going to be a good one because, I mean, I believe it was Survive the Night got really low ratings and his other books have done quite well, so I'm excited to see how I feel about it. But yeah, those are the books this year that I'm the most excited for, my most anticipated releases for 2023. Let me know if you guys are picking up any of these books or planning to, and also let me know what you guys have on your most anticipated read list. I'm very excited to know and would love to kind of hear about some more books if there are ones I haven't included. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like down below. Hit subscribe, turn the bell to join a little club. Make sure to turn on all notifications, then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. If you want to watch my other videos, there'll be 2 on screen now to pick from, as well as a load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!